This energy could be perceived as being very dark and on the very dark spectrum of light. Just remember that this is energy. Everything is energy on this planet. So even entities are just a form of energy, and they either reside on the lighter spectrums of the light or the darker spectrums of the light. They have a lighter energy or they have a more dense, heavier energy, and they carry a more heavier, darker, negative energy. And that's all they are, is energy. So in saying that, I'm going to talk about, I feel guided to talk about dark overlord entities. Now, these are not a super common entity, but every now and again I will come across this entity, and it is a very strong and heavy energy with a medium level of consciousness, and this energy comes from the lower realms but is a master in the lower realms. So they have learned to master the lower aspects and realms. This energy just loves alcohol. They love a high level of alcoholic consumption, of alcoholism and addiction. Yeah, that is one of the main attaching mechanisms, is alcohol. Now, once attached, they create a very dark, heavy energy, and they will create very spontaneous, out of the blue, random bouts of depression for the person. Also anger. Also people that feel lost and isolated. So people that isolate themselves away a lot, they drink a lot of alcohol, they're very depressed and in their own world, they actually got underlying anger issues. This energy just thrives off that, and that is an attaching mechanism. And then also once it's attached, it will just create more depression and create more anger and more feelings of being lost and isolated. And when they feel this energy come on, they will tend to isolate themselves away, and they will go into these lower levels and states of depression and anger and isolation. And that is what this energy thrives off. So they love lower vibrations, but they also amplify that state out into the environment of the home and the environment of the people around them. They can also change vibration in the home in order to change the person's vibe for attachment. So the vibe of the person is the main attaching mechanism, and they can control the vibe for the attachment. If a person is very strong in their vibration and the entity cannot penetrate that person, they will move on and they do not waste their time. They're super smart and they sense it from a mile away, and they can read the person and the vibration, and they know whether the person is a vibrational match or not a vibrational match, and they will not waste their time. They will leave and they will go away and they'll look for another attachment or for another signature frequency match that is more in alignment to them. So high vibrational people that are happy and in alignment and are thriving and are not very much suffering from lower energies like that, they just will not attach to them and they will move on. And so this energy, once attached, loves the kidneys and to hide in the kidneys. So this entity and this energy actually hides out and hangs out within the kidneys of the person and affects the kidneys, which I find very, very fascinating. And it makes sense because the kidneys are linked to the emotion of anger and lower vibrations of depression and anger. So if the entity likes to hide out in the kidneys, that makes sense. Combined with the alcohol consumption affects a person's kidneys and kidney flow and chi and energy. And so the person will feel very dark and very heavy, dense energy when this energy is activated within the person. The person usually starts to get kidney or lower back pain or issues and depression and a heavy feeling going on. So this energy can hibernate. It can literally go to sleep and hibernate within the kidneys of the person, and when it hibernates and goes to sleep, the person feels fine. They will not have any of these energies playing out. They will not feel the heavy darkness. They will not feel the depression. They will not feel the dark, heavy energy of this energy within them and playing out with them. And it's only when it becomes active and it comes out of hibernation that they will go into this lower, darker aspect and spectrum of the depression and of the anger, etc. And they will have problems and pain with their kidneys and lower back. So the person will all of a sudden think that they have got something wrong with their lower back and with their kidneys when this energy is playing out, which I find very, very interesting. Plus, they will feel depressed. Once in hibernation, pain goes away, everything settles down, and the person can feel good again. The person usually thinks they are getting kidney infections or lower back issues when the energy is activated or when it is not in hibernation. So when the energy is fully active and awake. The person will feel like a dark lens has come over them when this energy is activated. The depression will be activated, etc., the anger. They will be more critical, reactive, and angry of situations and towards people around them. They hibernate. The hibernation cycles allow this energy to live a long time inside someone for up to 20 years or longer. So very, very rarely and occasionally, a person can have this energy playing out within them and attached to them for up to 20 years, for a very, very, very long time. And it's just going into hibernation and it's coming awake again, it's going into hibernation and it's coming awake again, and then affecting them. And the problems, the issues, the person will feel fine when it's in hibernation and it's asleep, but then when it's active, they will feel the issues coming up, and they can be living with this for a very long time, as we said, up to 20 years. And each of these energies and of these entities have their own personality. And that is what I find very, very unique about. But I also find that it is quite common, especially within males who drink alcohol. Like within Australia in today's society, how many men drink alcohol and how many men have got anger and depression issues. And I just feel that this is a very big issue and problem that's going on within today's society.